How do you weigh the evidential strength of near-death experiences or deathbed experiences in making a case for the afterlife?
Sure. First of all, I'd say that different types of evidence appeal to different people. And so if that person were to have their own near-death experience, I mean, really, they don't happen more to Christians than to non-Christians than to atheists. But when atheists experience this, they'll tend to say, "Oh my goodness, there's an afterlife and there's a God." So I mean, just a major turnaround. So I was interviewing a person the other day, and these are people. I'm not looking for experiences. I don't know if it's just a God thing or if they're just so prevalent that they're always out there. But I was at a meeting where Gary Habermas was sharing about the resurrection at a C.S. Lewis Society meeting. And I saw somebody I knew went over and said hi after the meeting or before. And she said, "Hey, you need to meet so-and-so who just read your book." And it was very meaningful to him on near-death experiences. And I met him, and this was a person who he was a medical researcher for all of his adult life, had recently retired, and he was not a pastor, had not written a book. In fact, he'd only told his wife, I think, and one other person about these experiences. But when the researcher, was a child growing up, his dad was a fervent atheist. He said he was just the biggest atheist you ever met. We'd have these conversations. He was just very firm on his atheism. Said, but one day he had a heart attack and a stroke within a few days of each other. And he called me he said, "Close the door."